alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hey dolls, I'm doing the PinkStylist Creature Double Feature contest, and I am Dracula and Frankenstein together. So this part is Dracula and this part is Frankenstein with the little, whatever the heck you call those. I took my teeth out to talk because these are really hard to talk. I love your contest, PinkStylist Charlie. You're amazing, and I entered your contest last year and I thought it was so much fun, so I had to do it again. So this is my look. I hope you like it, and stay tuned if you want to learn how to do this look. Before I start, I just want to tell you guys that my contacts are from Desio Lens. They're amazing, they're so comfortable, and these ones are in Mint Touch. Now I'm going to prime my face and apply concealer to make myself look extremely pale. You don't want to look like you're alive whatsoever. So get rid of your skin color, natural skin pigmentation, and make yourself a ghost. And then I'm going to start drawing the lines on my face with my white eyeliner pencil. And I'm just doing this specifically because I just want to make sure that I know where I want the look to be before I actually create it, because I want to see where everything's going to be placed and I kind of want it to be even. So this is what I'm doing here, and the white eyeliner pencil is just easy to go over top of. Then I'm going to use a really light foundation with some white, and I'm just going to mix these two together to create this sort of very pale look that I have here. And this is to get the Dracula part of my face, and vampires are very pale. They don't have any life in their skin, so you want to look extremely pale. So I didn't want to look white, but I wanted to look very pale, like I haven't seen sun in forever. Now I'm going to use this stuff called Prosade, which is basically like a stronger version of Spirit Gum or latex. You can use either one with it. And then I'm going to use some of this Ben Nye nose and scar wax, I think it is. And I'm just basically going to create this scar on my face here, and I'm just putting it right over top of that Prosade. Also, don't get this stuff in your hair. It does hurt, and here I'm doing that because I have a ton of baby hairs, but really it is impossible to get off of your hair. So please avoid hair at all costs, especially with Prosade. And so here I'm just basically putting this on my skin and mushing it in to kind of look like my skin. And then I'm going to do the same thing all the way down. To create an easier way to like mush it to your skin to make it look like your skin, coat your hands in sort of like a baby oil or Vaseline or something. I'm using baby oil here because otherwise this stuff will stick to your skin and be near impossible to smooth out. So you can use your fingers, or I'm just using the back of my tweezers here, and you can also use like a spatula, but I was moving, so I had packed everything, so literally all I had was my tweezers to do this with, or my nails. It's a lot easier to do it with like a spatula type thing specifically for this kind of stuff, but you know, you gotta use what you've got. And I'm basically just smoothing this out, and I wanted this to go down my neck originally, but it was just so much work and it was just falling off, so I just basically did that on my face, and that's it. And then I'm going to take a here I'm actually using a screwdriver again because I was moving, but you can use anything that's sort of sharp. Make sure you be careful with your skin because you don't want to hit your actual skin. But here I'm just creating that scar through my face. So I'm using a really small screwdriver to do this. You can use a spatula or like a specific tool for this kind of thing. But you can basically just use whatever you have around, lying around, that's sort of sharp. But again, be careful. You don't want to scratch your face. So you just do that, and if it lifts like that, just go back in with some baby oil and smooth it out, and go back in with your little tool and make that line again. And then do this on the other side. I kind of skipped through this because I didn't want you guys watching this for a long time, because this does take a lot of time, just because the nose and scar wax is extremely hard to work with. Now I'm just using some Krylon green water-based paint I have here. This stuff is amazing, by the way. I love it, and it's sort of like a Snazaroo, but it's in a palette, and it came with a bunch of stuff. So this is just the green that it comes with, and I figured that this was like the perfect green, which was really awesome to have in my kit, just lying around. So I'm just gonna put that on the outside of my face around that scar, kind of where the Frankenstein would be. And then I'm basically making the middle part of my face Dracula and the outside of my face Frankenstein. So you want that to be green. So I'm just going over top of the areas that might not have enough color on them, and then I'm just going and kind of mushing that back into place with that same color that I have for my skin. You can see it's lifting a little bit just because my skin was very moisturized, so it was hard for that nose and scar wax to stick to my skin because it sticks to dry skin better. So that's what I'm doing through here, is just going back in and kind of mushing it into the edges there. And then I'm going to go in with a dark purple, and I like to use dark purple. You can use black, but for some reason this just makes the blood look really, really nice. And I'm just going right into that wound that we created with my screwdriver or your tool, whatever you used. And then I'm going to use some Fresh Scab by Ben Nye, and this is just going to go inside again in that little area. You can basically use whatever you're using for blood. You can make your own blood or whatever. I just used this because it was lying around. I had it, and again, I was moving, so this was the easiest thing for me to have. And then I went around my face, and my camera died at this point, so stupid camera. Anyways, I went around my face and I coated it a little bit with the gray from a Ben Nye Death Wheel. This is just around the edges though. That's all I did. And I'm going to use that same nose and scar wax and create a little circle. We're going to actually make these like screws in your head, and I'm coloring that with this silver I got from Mayron. It's a cream based makeup, and it was on sale around Halloween, which was amazing. Anyways, so I'm creating these kind of screws on my head here with that silver. And if you do get it all over that green, which I'm getting it right there because I was kind of not being very careful, but you can just go back in with the same green and it will just cover it right up and it'll be good. See? There we go. Covered that baby up. And then I took some black fluid line by MAC and a very, very skinny eyeliner brush, and I did the screws in it. So I just made a cross on the top, and the best thing I found to do is to use the black fluid line by MAC, because anything else will kind of just not show up as well. And now for the fun part. This makes my eyes pop like crazy, but anyways, you want to use I'm using black fluid line here by MAC again, and I'm just placing this all over my eyelid and then smudging it out into a sort of cat eye with a pencil brush there. And then I'm going to add a transition color on top of that. I should have done this first, but I was not thinking, and I just used Saddle by MAC, of course, and I just brought that kind of down to make myself look a little bit dead. Now I'm going to go back in with the black and fade those together. So I'm going to create a smoky eye basically, and I'm going to make it look really, really dark and evil. So I'm going to add some sketch on top of that on the bottom there, and then I'm going to blend that out with my sponge that I used to put on my foundation and all that, because that's the best way to blend it, I found, and it also makes you look dead. Again, you don't want to smudge the color away, right? So here I'm just placing some purple wherever I feel is going to look good, and then going back in and blending. The best part of this is blending, and I have noticed if you do wear this out, make sure that you put a black matte shadow on top of the black fluid line, because this stuff creases like crazy on your eyes. So you want to make sure you set that. And here I'm just doing the same thing on the other eye, blending and using the purple sketch, and any dark purple will work, but you just want to make yourself look pretty dead. Then I'm going to just put some liquid eyeliner here on, and this is just to make that really, really deep little edge I have there in my tear duct. This is just to make me look sort of evil and like very dark. I notice a lot of like looks that are darker kind of have that. Anyway, so then I'm gonna take that purple and go down my nose to make myself look a little bit dead, and then blend that out with my sponge again, sorry. And then I'm just going in with some contour color. So I'm using black just in the underneath of my chin, in my fishy face, if you make that right under your cheekbone, you can place the black there. And you can use a dark green if you don't want it to be too intense, but I used black because I did like it intense. And then I'm going in with my Anastasia brow, and I realized that this color wasn't dark enough when I put this on. So I put this on first so that both eyebrows were even, and then I added some black later on, and you will see that. Don't worry, I show you. Don't forget your mascara. You want to make sure you make your eyes look very dark and evil, so you need that mascara. I'm using Benefit They're Real, of course. And then I added some lashes just to the outside corner because I've noticed that in a lot of vampire movies or Dracula, they don't have like anything crazy for lashes. It just looks really natural but very intense, like long. So I just added them to the corners and then added a lot of mascara on the bottom of my lashes. Now I'm going to use Bane by Melt, and I'm sorry I'm so bad at filming my lips every time I do this. I promise I'll get better at it, but I'm just putting this basically on the outside corners of my lips. And on the inside corners, I'm going to use this purple color, and this is Rebel. I had to think about that for a second. That's my favorite lip color. Anyways, that's Rebel by MAC, and I'm going over top and just pretty much putting these two things together, like kind of making an ombre. So you want to go back and forth, basically blending each color together, and this will create a dark ombre for you. You can replace this with red if you want to, but I liked the transition of the purple and with the purple eyes, and then also I added some blood here, which I'm doing, and just with my sponge here. And also I added those teeth in, which are extremely uncomfortable. I got those from like a Halloween store around Halloween time, and I didn't even glue them in because they didn't stick very well, but for the look you need them. So here I'm adding a little bit more mascara onto those fake ones as well, and then I'm going in with my Prozade and creating a little circle on my neck, and then adding these two little stud type things that Frankenstein has. These teeth are so annoying, see? My lipstick's like all over it, but I fix it in a second. So now I'm just adding some black into my brows here because I did realize that I wanted them to be darker. So this I'm just adding a little bit of dark, which actually I really, really like together. So then I added a wig, and then I'm going in with my black fluid line and making those stitches. I was gonna make actual stitches, but at this point it was like 2 in the morning, and I was like, I have to wake up super early. So I just added these little fake stitches with the black fluid line, and then you're finished. So if you do recreate this look, please hashtag me on Instagram. I love seeing your guys' recreations. It's at Denean Dale, and I hope you have an awesome day, loves.
I'm Dracula. She's alive. What if I choked on this? It's really not sticking. Now let's stop and get to the tutorial, right? I'm not gonna be good with dentures when I'm like 90 years old if I make it to them. I keep wanting to say villains in Vogue because that's like, okay. How does anyone wear these damn things? Like they go up.